Hello, my wonderful students. How are you all? I hope everyone is doing great. Today, we are back with another amazing chapter, that is nutrition in animals. So students, today we are going to look how animals have their food.
You have learned earlier in chapter Nutrition in Plants that plants can prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. But, my dear students, animals cannot. Animals get their food from plants either directly by eating plants or indirectly by eating animals that eat plants. So, my dear students, here we will talk about nutrition in animals. So, nutrition is all about obtaining food. So, students, whenever we talk about living organisms, something that distinguish living organism from the non-living ones like table, socks, car, doll, etc. is the processes which takes place inside the body of living organisms. And my dear students, these processes are known as the life processes. What are they known as? They are known as life processes. So students, the definition of life processes is the basic essential activities performed by an organism to withstand its life are called as life processes. So here we will see what are the various ways by which animals can obtain their food. So my dear students, life processes which are common to plants and animals are nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion, control and coordination, reproduction, growth and development, and movement. So if we talk about nutrition, nutrition deal with everything that deals with food. How the organism gets its food and what are the sources of food for organism, how the food enters inside the body, how the food get digested and when it provide energy to the body. So yes students, what do you mean by respiration? Think, what do you mean by respiration? Respiration is all about breathing, where exchange of gases takes place. So the processes might be different in plants and animals, but all these life processes occur in plants and animals. So my dear students, the next that comes under life processes is transportation. So what do you mean by transportation, students? So transportation is about transporting nutrients and all the essential things to different parts of the body. So the next life process is excretion. As dear students, excretion itself suggests excrete. So excretion is all about throwing waste from the body, to throw the waste. As you all can see from the picture, there is renal arteries, kidney, bladder, ureter and urethra. So from the urethra we excrete our waste product from the body. Now, control and coordination. Control and coordination, students, is all about synchronizing between different parts of the body, as it is the power of restraining and regulation by which something can be started, slowed down, or stopped. Basically, it is about controlling and coordinating the things that happens in the life processes. So the next, students, is reproduction. We all somewhere are aware of this word, that is reproduction, which means to produce similar organism with over and over again, so that the entire species can be sustained. For example, I'll give you the example of human beings. Human beings reproduce to give birth to new human beings. Right, students? Human beings give birth to new human beings, as elephants give birth to elephants, and so on. So, this is the process which is known as reproduction. This is the reason why various species are sustained generation after generation, students. So this is the reason behind this. Next comes growth and development. Growth and development is another important aspect of every living organism. We see a plant is growing. Similarly, we also see living organism growing. So, my dear students, it grows in height, it grows in size, and etc. As you can see from the picture, living organisms grow. In the same way, plants also grow. The last life process is movement. What do you mean by movement, student? Movement is a state of changing something's position. That is, changing where something is, like a flying bird or a walking person are moving, because they change where they are from one place to another. So, my dear students, movement is the ability of an organism to move from one place to another place, which gives its mobility. So, these are the various processes which distinct a living organism from a non living ones. So, when we talk about nutrition, one question always comes into mind. Why are we learning about nutrition? This question also comes in your mind too. You also think, why are we learning about nutrition? What is the importance of nutrition? So yes, my students, let's take example of human being, because we all will be able to relate to it better, as we know what are the things we do. So if you look at human being, we perform so many different activities. So students, we perform yoga, we do work, we do lots of physical activities, we even think. So if you see all these activities, what do they need? So when you see from the picture, so what do they need to perform yoga, to do work, to even think? What do all these activities need? Yes, we need energy. We need energy, students, to do all the activities. So students, as from the picture, you can see there are three faces. Why does these three faces are shown to you? So I'll give you one example. If I ask you to say run for 5 kilometers, and what will happen after you run for 5 kilometers? You tend to get tired. So if I again ask you to run for another 10 kilometers, so what will happen? the thing that will happen is shown in the picture. You will be completely weak. After that, if I again say you to run for another 10 kilometers, you will not just gonna do that. Yes, you will not gonna do that. Why, students? Why you will not do that? Why you will not go for another 10 kilometers? What is the reason behind? Because, students, you do not have any energy left with you. If you do not have energy, you will not be able to perform work. So that's why, students, all these activities need energy. What they need, students? They need energy. That is clear from this. So how do we get this energy, students? When our body spends all the energy that it had, how do we get new energy? So how do we get new energy? Yes, my dear students, the new energy comes from the food that we eat. As you can see in your screen, each of these food items, like different human beings, have different food habits. Yes, you have some different food habit, I have some different food habit. In the same way, some of them eat fruits, vegetables. Some of them eat cereals like rice, pulses, etc. And even some of them eat other animals like fishes or meat or egg, right? So everybody, students, everybody has different food habits. Yes, students. Now we are talking about all these food habits and all these food items. So does this question arises in your mind that what do they provide to our body? What does these all food items and all these different food items provide to your body? So students, they provide nutrients to our body. Each of these food items provide us nutrients. So nutrients is very essential thing for our body. So now the question arises, what do you mean by nutrients? We are talking about nutrients and nutrients. So what do you mean by nutrients? So yes, my lovely students, nutrients means these are those substances that provide nourishment needed for growth and maintenance of life. So students, nutrition is further divided into two parts. So we have two modes of nutrition, that is autotrophic nutrition and heterotrophic nutrition. So students, autotrophic nutrition is defined as the mode of nutrition where organisms make their own food using simple substances. If I try to break this term or meaning of this term, auto means self and trops means organisms who eat food. So autotrophs are those organisms who can prepare their own food. Next mode of nutrition, students, is heterotrophic nutrition. So heterotrophic nutrition is defined as the mode of nutrition where organisms take in food prepared by plants. Again, students, if I would like to break this term, that is heterotrophs, then hetero means other or different. Trophs means organisms who eat food. So the organism which cannot prepare their food and they depend on different sources of organisms, be it plant or particular animals, are known as heterotrophs.
Thank you, students. I hope everyone understood the concept. So students, we will continue this chapter and meet again in another video. Take care.